girls go wild. I make girls go wild. I make girls go wild. I make still tryna earn. Yeah, girls go wild. I make girls go wild.
Let's beat the team. Starting at power forward, 6 feet 4 inches, number 8, ABC. The big man, standing 6'5", number 50, Christian Romero. At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 5, Jay. The other forward, 6 feet 4 inches, number 9. Number 9. At the other guard position, at 5 foot 9 inches, number 4, Araujo. The head coach of your home team.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports with Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, and a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They sink a little bit here in the rankings, still, though, remaining in the top 5.
And you know, right now for the visiting team, they're moving in the wrong direction. The good news, though, it's still early in the season. A lot of games left to be played, plenty of time to turn things around.
Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got the Bulldozers. Prophet is out there with B. Then it's the Kid, and it's Sanchez in at the 2 spot. ABC is out there with Q. Then it's the Cobra. Then there's Jay. Here's Romero. And the layup is good. There's a lot of expectations, high expectations when you're the number 1 overall pick in the draft. You know it well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's something that I wanted. You know, Derek Coleman was from Detroit, and 2 years earlier, he was the number 1 pick, and I'd always been a fan of his. I felt like he was passing the baton, and I had to kind of do what he did. And then Shaquille O'Neal was Rookie of the Year before myself and the number 1 pick. And so for me, I looked at it as, yeah, a pretty big weight, but the honor was more than the weight. And I was honored to be pick number 1, and I relished in that, and I had great teammates that allowed me to flourish in that role.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Here's ABC. Goes up again. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating, because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
They retain possession. The pass to B. Here's the Prophet. That's good from 17 feet away.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim. That's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. "56 seconds left in the first quarter."
That's his first personal foul at the line. Number 11 at the line for 2.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively. Oh, boy, they like to redo that pass. I mean, bad way to lose a possession.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Baller. Kicks it to G. Passes it to Baller.
Oh! Nice. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. The pass to the Prophet. To the middle. It's blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. Trying to find some answers offensively.
Some bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. To halt the run, hits the three-point bomb.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
The shot's good.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of danger.
Count the basket.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
That will count. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the replay center out in Secaucus delivering the footage. And guys, it sure looks like the shot left his hand just a moment too late.
And so it's the visiting team with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. We've got B. Bulldozer is out there with the Prophet. Then it's the Kid, and it's Sanchez, and at the 2-guard spot. Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those two guys come to mind.
Smooth checked in for Jay. Here's the Cobra. He's coming off a 13-point game again. Here's Gutierrez. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Here's B. It's blocked. Gutierrez, the pass to the Cobra. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's B. Can't connect from short range. Gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's the Cobra, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. D, he's checked in for Q. And he makes both free throws. Gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Gutierrez, the pass to ABC. Got that one up quick.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way and got burned for it.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. The 15-footer, he can't get that one. Gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. T, the pass to Romero. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. And the shot goes in. G's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Gutierrez's shot is good.
No, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from three-point range when there's no hand in his face.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Three-pointer. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Sanchez. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Nailed from three-point land. T's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Sanchez. From deep. Sinks it.
Sanchez.
What range from outside. Wow. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Gutierrez. Drills the three-pointer. Gutierrez has got 8 points.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here, welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is checking out the visiting team. Kenny, what's your take?
They were really efficient on offense. They had the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You got to like what the kid has done in this game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
We've got the Cobra. ABC is out there with Q. Then there's Jay, and that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. And that one drops. There are a lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
Yes.
You're taking the best of the best and you're creating a whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old. And so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league and it's a copycat game. And so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you could say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off of 1 year.
I would agree.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. And so the timeout here by Jim Boylan.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Gone 0-4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark. Here's the Cobra. And just miss after miss right now.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
That one good for 2.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Here's D. And no good. His first shot of the night, missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it out, play your hardest, and live with the results.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And they're running. Here's Baller. It's deflected. Passes to Romero, and the call will be against D. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Yes, that goes in. The Cobra's got 9 points.
And that's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
The Prophet passes the ball. Good work there as it goes. 9 points for the Prophet.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 6 points for him.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light.
And so it's the visiting team holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Profit is out there with Baller. Then it's G, and there's the bulldozer.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And they pick up 2.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Yep, that one goes. Chris, middle of last season, plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity. But Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
Yeah, I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. Or some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, no, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players. They affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Here's B. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And the first one drops. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
And that one's good by G.
I mean, that's about the only way he can score from there. Perfect use of the reverse in the face of some tough D.
The quick look, no good that time. Gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
Yeah, if you're a fan of this team, you couldn't be happier. What a performance.
And so the timeout here by Jim Boylan. Chris, last season the Thunder became the final NBA team to reach an agreement for jersey sponsorships. Have you gotten used to seeing those patches on the various jerseys around the league?
You know what, Kevin? I have. And they're not as intrusive as I thought. I was
Me too.
Man,
I agree.
Yeah, I was so scared of this. I thought it was going to ugly up the jerseys and be bigger than the team logo and things like that. But you know how great this league is when it comes to getting messages out to their fans and promotion. And so we've done a wonderful job. And actually some I really, really like how they fit the jersey, how the colors matches, and the history of the company, actually. So, no, I think they've done a great job kind of just making sure it just slides in there, not taking away the shine from the team.
And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Here's ABC. The three-pointer off the mark. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wow, hammering it in!
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
No one covering.
It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
D passes to Insanity. Right wing. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Off target with the free throw line, J. Here's Gutierrez. Hands the shot with nobody near him.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
Shoots the three. Got a hand on it. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.